everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm excited. It's me, your boy Emmanuel G, founder of iVow, and I'm excited to be just talking to you about relationships, talking to you about marriage, talking to you about love, because I'm just passionate about the family, and I'm excited to be talking to you. Now, today, I want to talk about something that's just on the increase, and it's so rampant, and I have to say it's affecting one too many people, and it's actually a huge cause of breakups in marriages, and that's affairs. Now, a lot of people keep asking, what's going on? Why are there so many affairs? There's so many reasons to it. The first one is that now in this day and age, more than ever, the man and the woman are, rubbing shoulders and brushing shoulders more than they were back in the day. There's more women, in the marketplace, more women doing stuff. So men are constantly, meeting with women. And, because of the more engagement, then, there's more sparks flying, y'all. But another one is the fact that, millennials have been said to be the one generation that values or is desiring a secure marriage, more than any other generation. So you find a lot of them are getting into relationships and trying to get into relationships that will work. So we try here, try there, go here, go there. And as a result, it's getting crazy. But also the other thing is that, more than ever, now alternative lifestyles are, being embraced in our community. So so a lot of people are getting into affairs. Now, how do people get into affairs? How they get into affairs, it always begins, especially for those who are in a relationship. It begins with your heart or, turning away, or something within your relationship causing you to lean away from your current spouse. Now, it could be communication. It could be the fact that your partner is not meeting a need that you desire. And because you've tried to talk, because you've tried to tell them, and they still don't get it, people are getting more frustrated, and your heart is going away towards that. And again, like I said earlier on, because of the options there are in society, then we're like, if it ain't working here, it's gonna work somewhere else. So a lot of us are looking elsewhere to fulfill the need that we desire fulfilled in the relationship. Now, in marriage, it's even crazier because what happens is you're bound to be with this person for forever. And if this person does not want to put in the work to meet your need, whether it's an emotional, whether it's a physical need, then guess what? Again, like I said, in the marketplace, you're brushing shoulders with somebody. If somebody in the marketplace, is there for you and will give you a listening ear, when at home, you get home and all you're done is blah, 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 blah. There's all nagging, or your partner is constantly putting you down. But there's this person who notices, especially for the ladies, he always notices when you did your eyebrows, yeah? And he'll tell you, man, was that threading, or did you wax it, or what? And you wonder, like, how do you even know all this, But the fact that he knows, you're just like impressed with him. Your husband, you've been doing them eyebrows for months on end and years. The guy doesn't even have a clue the day you did it. They always notice the new clothes that you wear, and they're constantly complimenting you. And again, because you've noticed this person, you begin to continue leaning towards this person. You begin to engage this person, and slowly feelings come into play. Sometimes it's not real overt, but it can be something simple that just gently happens, and it tends to break a lot of relationships. I mean, nowadays, affairs, adultery, fornication is like a huge thing in marriages, and it's breaking lots of marriages. But here I am today. I just want to maybe share some thoughts that maybe you guys would consider out there. With regards to this. I think it's important that a couple begins to sit down and begins to just identify what are the issues that you are both experiencing, and how can you all, come together to mitigate those issues, so that you don't have to look for love elsewhere, or you don't have to look for someone to fulfill those issues. Now, a Christian will tell you there's no human being who can fulfill every single issue that you have. In fact, the one person who can fulfill, what you need is God. That's it. But as long as you're connected to a human being, or are in relationship with a human being, we are all flawless, we are all imperfect, and we'll fall short. It's important to grant each other grace and to understand that we are all works in progress, and have the right conversations to bring us back together. Now, for you who's out there and you're saying, this has happened to you in your relationship, that there's been infidelity, and the relationship is broken. What do I do? I'm getting ready to quit. The truth is, we cannot always follow our feelings. We need to lead our feelings, especially for those who are in marriage. Marriage is a covenant that's binding for life. So it's on us to make it work, and it's on us to ensure that it does not break. Now, a lot of people will say, we'll talk about divorce and stuff, and yes, the government gives us the option to divorce, but also the Bible does give us an option to divorce. It says you can only divorce unless it's adultery. So that's the one thing that you're given an out for divorce, in marriage, but even then, when you read that in Matthew, what Christ even tells the leaders in the day, the Pharisees, is that he tells them, even that it was given to you because of your hard-headedness. In Malachi, God says, I hate divorce. In fact, he puts divorce, the way he hates divorce and violence, in one sentence. The truth is that it's actually a violent act when you divorce, because you're reaping, something that has already been united. And that reaping is very difficult, y'all. It's very hard. It causes a lot of pain. Ask anyone who's been divorced, they will tell you. And the crazy thing is that, unlike death, you have closure. At least you see the guy being buried to, 6 feet under. We cover him up, and there's finality to it. Man, in divorce, you still gotta face this person. You still gotta take care of the kids together. You still gotta, do things together, some things together. I mean, they don't ever leave you unless they die. They don't ever leave you. They're constantly in your face. So guess what happens? What happens is that, you are in, the wound is always constantly, touched and caused to bleed some more. So it's very difficult to divorce. So it's important to work on your marriage. So if you're married and there's been infidelity, there's been an affair, can you get over it? The long and short answer is yes, you can. Yes, you can get over it. But here are some of the things. Allow me to share some thoughts, steps that one will have to take, or what will have to happen to that couple in order to bring restoration. The first one is true repentance. True repentance. What is true repentance? True repentance is, if I was the one perpetrator, I actually come out and say, I did it, and I own up to it. I don't give excuses. It's because you weren't, having sex with me. It's because you were emotionally detached to me. It's not about the excuses. It's about honestly just accepting and owning up to the thing that I did. And I feel like a lot of people need to do that. We constantly try to defend ourselves. And you know that whole phrase, it wasn't me. Yeah, a lot of people try to do that quite a bit. So it's important for you to be truly and honestly repentant. The second thing is honesty and coming clean. It's important for you to tell your person, your spouse, you know what? yeah, I did this, I own up to everything. This is how it happened. This is what I did with this other person. And what this does is that you're coming clean and saying, you know what, I have violated our commitment, our covenant, and as a result, I did A, B, C, and I am sorry that I did this. But also what that does when you come clean is that now you can actually begin to put things in place, or structures in place that will prevent you from going down that road again. All right? So it's also a part of you being accountable. Is it something that could have been taken care of within the marriage? So that's the next thing: honesty and coming clean. The third thing is the most difficult one, and that's forgiveness, y'all. Forgiveness. Yeah, this guy hurt you. This guy broke your heart into pieces. This guy has broken every single piece of trust that you've had with them, and now you have to forgive them. The truth is that forgiveness is for your own benefit. Listen, holding on to the grudge, holding on to the bitterness, holding to the anger and the unforgiveness, guys, let me tell you, all it's doing is hurting you. The other person is still living their life. I feel like it's almost like having or being tethered to a tree where you're carrying this burden every single day of your life. Now, I know it's hard to forget, and forgiveness doesn't mean you forget, but forgiveness means that you understand this issue, but you're not going to let it grab a hold of your life. All right? So it's important for you to forgive. Now, it is said that it's easier for women to forgive than it is for men. I think men, it's harder to forgive because there's an ego thing and a respect issue that is breached there. So that's why it's harder for men. But also men, you can forgive. And I'm challenging you now. If you have a wife that has done this to you, forgive them. Let it go. And don't hold it over them. And then the last thing is now begin the restoration process. Begin building trust. This is the hardest thing. By the way, it takes years to build this trust because now, just imagine in order for you to have had an affair, there had to be so many lies and so many inconsistencies. So now this person will always wonder, if you didn't pick up the phone, is it because you're with another person? If you were late, was it because you had gone to someone else's home? They will constantly ask that, if you said you went to place A, did you really go to place A or you went to place Z, So they'll constantly have that. And how you begin to rebuild is one, by being totally open with your communication, open with everything, and make yourself an open book so that your spouse does not have to question where you are, what you say, or if what you're saying is true. All right? So that's my thoughts. This is actually a very deep thing that I've been mulling over in my head and really thinking about it, because there's so many people and so many couples that I get to face who are going through this process, and it's very difficult out there. And unfortunately, there's way too many of us couples who are going through this. And mine is just to encourage you guys that yes, we fall, guys fall, but even in our falling, we can actually begin to restore and even build something even greater, because now we will understand where the cracks are and fill those cracks and build a fantastic foundation to build an amazing building. Hey guys, that's all for today. Again, my name is Emmanuel G. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And we love to hear from you guys. So please get in the comment section. If that's too public, make sure you email us. We leave our email. Make sure you send us a WhatsApp. We leave our WhatsApp number so that you can reach us and talk to us. Check out our social media sites, and you can always DM even through those. So thank you guys, and see you next time.